Hello my friends, this is the final episode of a set of 5 I've produced about our worldview. It is episode 45 and I've called it Joy. Welcome to Letters from Paradise. C.S. Lewis tells of that moment when as a boy he was standing in the garden at his home in Ireland when a feeling he had never known swept through his heart. It was a sensation, an encounter that left him breathless and longing. He called it joy, and in the years that followed, it became the only quest that mattered. In his search, Lewis finally stumbled into God and was shocked to discover that joy and God were connected, something that had never occurred to him. This joy for C.S. Lewis would be described as a total baptism in beauty and glory and delight that would flow over into every nook and cranny of his humanity. The writer C. Baxter Kruger had a similar longing for something he described as an invisible river flowing through life, a river of passion, goodness, beauty and joy. Something Baxter came to experience years later in the euphoria that followed the birth of his first child in Scotland. Both men would later speak of this joy, this river of passion, as the great dance, and knew that this glory, this delight was something that had always flowed between God the Father, the Son and Holy Spirit. Baxter was to write an utterly stunning little book and gave it that title, The Great Dance. In it he writes, "I suddenly realized the problem of my life. All along I had been thinking about God the wrong way. All along I had misjudged the very being of God. God is not some faceless, all-powerful abstraction. God is Father, Son and Spirit, existing in a passionate and joyous fellowship. The Trinity is not 3 highly committed religious types sitting around some room in heaven. The Trinity is a circle of shared life, and the life shared is full, not empty, abounding and rich and beautiful, not lonely and sad and boring. The river begins right there in the fellowship of the Trinity. The great dance is all about the abounding life shared by Father, Son and Spirit." You might ask, how does this vision of God having abounding joy and rich affection between themselves, this dance you speak of, how does that affect life on earth and our view of the world? Well, it does so because of the Incarnation. That's the phenomena of God joining himself to the human race in Jesus. A moment in history that provoked great outbursts of praise and announcements of joy to all the world by choirs of angels that we celebrate every Christmas. In the Incarnation, the Father, Son and Spirit reach down, extending their joyous circle, their great dance of life to us, all meaning that humanity becomes the theatre in which this dance, this joy is played out. We see it continually. We're caught up in it involuntarily. We may think that love and affection, mirth and music, fishing and family, cricket and netball, business and craftsmanship, barbecues and babies, we may think these are merely predictable things of our human social fabric. But oh my friends, these are the very ways the beauty and delight of Father, Son and Spirit are played out in us. There is only one source to all this wonder. We are the living expression of the glory and the joy of the Father, Son and Spirit. It is with this worldview that it's easy to understand what St. Paul was telling us. One God and Father of all, who is over all, in all, and living through all. And again, Christ is all and in all. Dear friends, the next time you observe the tenderness and joy between a grandmother and her grandchild, the next time you hear of the caring effort to save a pot of stranded whales, or when a tradesman has used his skills and creativity in your home, or a nurse compassionately cares for someone you love, When next you see the enthusiasm of your team at play, or observe the pride with which a meal is being prepared. Oh, there is so much. But the next time, ask yourself, where does this come from? What is the source of this joy? Is that mere human life and love I see? No, that is the joy of the Trinity at work, within us, present, not absent. There is only one circle of love and life in this universe, and that circle has been opened in Jesus Christ, and the human race have been taken into it. And now may you hold this wonderful lens, and through it see your amazing connection to everyone about you. May it bring about a celebration of life between all Earth's citizens, and may this joy change you forever. Shalom.